Did the Royal Mint make a mistake, or are they subliminally trying to tell us that the value of fiat currency will be a lot less in the future? This £500 coin is very close to being worth more as a fiat currency coin than the silver's value that makes it. And that is a really interesting thought experiment for the relationship between fiat currency and the value of silver. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to an In Focus Friday with a precious metal ramble twist. We're going to look at some cool things made of silver and gold, but we're also going to talk about this £500 denomination here on this 1 kilo silver Queen's Beast completer. £500 is very close to what spot price is right now for a kilo of silver. At the time of filming, spot price gives you £503.30 for a kilo of silver. Now that's really important because, of course, if it goes any lower than that, then the fiat currency that makes up this coin, as backed by the government and the law of the land, this is worth more as fiat than silver. Now that's got to be a mistake, right? You've got to look at that and think the Royal Mint has had an oversight here. Surely they've not put the right denomination on this. And I genuinely think that is what's happened, because when you look at some of the other coins out there that the Royal Mint produce, this is a 10-ounce Queen's Beast, and you've got here £10 as a denomination. So 32.15 ounces in a kilo. You do the maths, this should be a £32 coin. But it's a £500 coin, and it's certainly beautiful and great, but very soon I think it will be worth more as fiat than it is as silver. So let's talk a little bit about that, what it means, and also generally why we have these denominations on our coins and why they're usually so out of whack as well. I'd love to know what you think about this situation down in the comment section. Who knows whether or not it will dip below that £15.55 mark, but it's very close right now. And I've been wanting to make this video for actually ages, since I first bought this coin, and I made a video talking about this mistake, and it went pretty big on YouTube. It was quite fun. And I've wanted to make this follow-up for so long when we got to this point. So we'll see whether it does dip below by the time I'm finished filming. But here we have the £500 coin. Now, the denomination on these coins is important because it is what makes them a coin at the end of the day. It wouldn't be a coin if it didn't have an actual currency value as backed by a government, or the mint here, the Royal Mint. And it's, of course, backed by essentially the Bank of England and the UK government, and the pound. The pound is what we have as the denomination there. Now, of course, the pound these days is not backed by any kind of silver or gold standard, so it is just it's just numbers on a screen, numbers in the ether. But when you put it on a coin like this, it makes it real. And a lot of the mantra around having silver, stacking silver, buying silver and gold is to have something real that is tangible. And money is tangible right now. Silver is great, don't get me wrong, gold is great, but money is what pays the bills, and a lot of people forget that, and a lot of people will hype up the silver and gold are really just about taking money out of the system and basically giving a metaphorical middle finger to the powers that be. But ultimately, everyone needs cash, everyone needs money to go around this world. The problem comes that we have got, of course, inflation, and that money is somewhat devaluing itself, let's say. I mean, somewhat is a bit of an understatement. Of course, we are looking at the moment at like 9% inflation, which is just nuts and bonkers. So maybe, this is the big conspiracy theory, and I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, but maybe the Royal Mint is trying to tell us something, that the value of our currencies are going to be significantly different in the future. Now, will that mean that we get a change in the denominations on some of the smaller coins? So we look here at this 2-ounce silver coin, which is a £5 denominated coin. Now, of course, if you do the maths and you extrapolate it up to the big coin, you can see that that ratio is far out of whack. It really is. Now, these denominations haven't really changed on coins for a long time. In fact, the 1-ounce gold Britannias have been £100 coins for I think ever since their instalment in 1987, I believe. And back then, £100 for an ounce of gold was a lot closer to the actual price of gold. So we can see right there that history of this coin, that history of this coin's value towards the pound, and how it's changed so much. And if we look now at this £100 coin against 1 ounce of gold, which I'm sure all of you out there will know an ounce of gold is looking at £1,450, £1,500 an ounce, $1,800 an ounce. And that's way out of whack with what the value is here. Will that change? Can that change? Is changing it admission that the system is failing? That's what I would like to know. And for this big kilo coin here, maybe it was an oversight. Maybe it was also something else. Maybe there's a subliminal message here to say, do you know what? We know that our money will deflate over time, and eventually this £500 will become pretty much what the £10 or the £30 would be that it should be denominated at. Now that's quite a big sort of theory, and I do think that over time we will see silver go up. I mean, I am a contrarian YouTube silver stacker for sure. There's a lot of my opinions which are very well published that I do not think the silver is going to go to the moon. I do not think it's going to shoot up in price and value. But one thing is, I think for sure, that over a long period of time, currencies will devalue. They always will. And that silver and gold, I think, will just generally tick up with that relationship of gold and silver. We're seeing some big movements in currency values and inflation at the moment. And eventually, things will catch up. So the fact that this coin right now is worth almost exactly the same as its £500 denomination, I think is interesting. It is perhaps a sign that the Royal Mint is changing their denominations on coins because they think that maybe they've got it wrong. But I'm pretty sure it was just an oversight, just a bit of a confused error. Maybe it was meant to be a £50 coin, but for some reason it's been made a £500 coin. I don't know. Probably won't get an answer from the Royal Mint. But we can but enjoy the fact that this £500 coin has a fiat silver lining, to coin a phrase. And who would have thought it, hey, that this fiat coin would be worth more potentially as money than it would as silver? Of course, we are not factoring in collectible premiums on these things. That's something really important to stress. Dealers might just offer you spot price for this coin. Some dealers probably will offer you spot price for this coin because they know they can turn it around and sell it for £800-900 because that's pretty much where they go for at the moment on the secondary market. But if you've got this coin, or you can get this coin for less than £500, you're automatically winning at the moment, is my opinion. Besides the fact that you're probably going to win with the fact that it will grow in value as a collectible item. It's pretty stunning, I think you'll agree. So interesting times ahead for silver price. We'll see how it goes. The time it's taken me to film this, silver is still at £503 and 68 pence an ounce. So it's not quite hit that £500 mark, but we'll see if it does before the video is published. It really does make for interesting thinking though, and I would love to know what you think about this. Now, I've made some thought experiments, or I've talked about some thought experiments in the past about taking this down to the Bank of England and seeing if they'd give me £500 cash for it, which I'm pretty confident that with some wrangling and some, social media moaning, you could probably do, but it's really not worth the time, the effort, the hassle, and the energy. But what I do know for sure is that if you needed to pay a debt in a court for this, if you were taken to court for a debt, you could pay this as £500. And that's a really interesting situation right now. So it is a legal tender coin. It doesn't have as much versatility as I think a lot of people think and hope that that a real coin would in this kind of big world that we're living now, digital currencies. But it is still legal tender, and it has, I think, reset a little bit of the thinking of what coins should be valued at. So there we have my thoughts and ramblings about this. I really do hope that it drops below that £500 mark just to prove a point, really. But beyond that, we'll just have to see how we get on with silver prices. It's a pretty turbulent time right now, and I hope you're all staying safe and secure with your own stacking goals and just not buying hype right now. Because yes, silver's cheap, but also it's very, very volatile. So don't go all in. Otherwise, that's it from me. Thank you all for watching. If you've not entered my giveaway, then make sure you do so. There's a link down in the description to the giveaway video. Go and check it out. Go and leave a comment. Otherwise, that's it from me. We'll see you on the next video. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.